welcome again to our course, How to Start Your Online Startup. Today we're going to be covering social media marketing. Mostly first we'll start with Facebook, talk about LinkedIn, talk about Twitter, and then a few others we'll mention. We'll probably end the day with talking about video marketing, okay? And then follow it up in our next session with Google Analytics, which is our last piece to measure all the different marketing that we're going to be doing. So let's get started. Like I said, social media marketing is our topic today. So, what is social media marketing?
So, as the name suggests, it's marketing through social media.
Okay.
Like you said, LinkedIn, Twitter, for example,
Sure.
Facebook.
What's the purpose of doing social media marketing? What is your purpose?
To make yourself popular.
Great. What else?
It's about getting people's opinion, various opinion, and trying to influence potential new prospect.
Sure.
Expand your business.
Great.
So what I feel is the social media is a new newspaper today. So advertising over there brings a lot of benefit.
Right. We're not just talking about advertising, right? It's marketing, right? It's more than just the advertising, okay? But yeah, you're right.
So I don't remember the percentage, but a high number of percentage of sales are socially influenced.
Great. 90% is what we said.
A platform where you could have PR, advertising, and marketing all together.
Great. I think those are all good points. So you have one more?
India today is the demography of India. It's totally most of the population is used as in it's very young. It's between the age group of 18 to 35 or 40. So most of them are linked on this social media and all. So if you want to target the customer, that's the best platform where you can.
Great. I think all great definitions, great ways to describe what social media marketing is all about. And we'll cover why, like you just said, India is prime for social media marketing, right? So technical definition, right? We always like to have a technical definition because otherwise we all have all our different ways of thinking. Technical definition says social media marketing refers to the process of gaining traffic or attention through social media sites. Yes, very obvious. I think that's what most of you mentioned. Social media itself is a catch-all item, catch-all term for sites that may provide radically different social acts. Basically saying is when we talk about Facebook, when we talk about LinkedIn, we talk about Twitter, we talk about Instagram, we talk about Pinterest, we talk about Google+, etc. They all do different social actions, and we'll talk about those today, okay? But when we say social media, we're talking about all of them, okay? All the different actions, and we'll talk about it, right? We'll talk about the likes, we'll talk about the tweets, all that kind of stuff. Right. So what are these different platforms that are most popularly known? And again, realistically, there's a lot more than what we'll talk about here. But what are the most popular ones that we know about, right? Most of us know Facebook, correct? Most of us know LinkedIn. Most of us know Pinterest. Most of us know YouTube. Then one of the newest one is Google+, correct? Which is starting to gain momentum. The one with the camera there, that's Instagram, for the ones that are not very familiar with social media platform like Instagram. And then there's Twitter there, okay? These are the most common social media platforms, at least for India. These are the most common. Across the world, there's a whole bunch of others that are being used for very niche social media activities. But as far as we're concerned, this is our realm, okay? We'll talk about these. And maybe one we'll mention as an off is SlideShare. I think a lot of you must have heard of SlideShare also. All right, one other social platform that we'll probably talk about as an off is SlideShare. I think a lot of you have heard of SlideShare, right? This is where we upload our presentations. You can find all kinds of presentations there. But that's also used as part of social media marketing, okay? Now, why is India prime? And we've been talking about this from the beginning of this course, right? Why is India prime for e-commerce? Why is India prime, especially when it comes to social media marketing? And what this slide is showing you is that India is either number 1 or number 2 when it comes to monthly active users across almost all social platforms, okay? If you look at Facebook, we have the second largest market, okay? These are MAUs, meaning monthly active users, okay? If you looked at LinkedIn, again, we have the second largest market, okay? If you look at Twitter, we're one of the fastest growing markets for Twitter. Even though we're behind right now, we're probably not in the leader for Twitter, but we're still gaining ground very quickly. When it comes to WhatsApp, we're the largest market. We all know that, okay? When it comes to YouTube, we have 70 million users in India, which is about 7% of all global users, on YouTube. Okay? So when it comes to social, we're very social as a country, right? We've talked about this several times, and again, just repeating why social media is so important when we talk about marketing. Now, there's another fact. Which content marketing tactics does an organization use? Like, we're all mostly B2B. We're not very concerned how to do marketing for ourselves. We're more concerned for our business, okay? And according to a survey, 93% of them say that we use social media, okay, as part of our content marketing strategy, which is big. If you go across the globe and 93% of all marketers are saying that use social media, that means there must be a huge potential in it. Why are people saying this? Again, repeating some of the numbers. India has 134 million social media users. 134 million. If you remember the numbers, and we talk about internet penetration in India, and we compare this number, almost every penetration we have is a social media user. Out of which 97 million are through a mobile. Okay? So almost all of our country, like we again repeating, is on mobile. On average, a person in India spends 2 hours and 31 minutes across social media platforms. Okay, now think about it. Right? In a day, we've got 8-9 hours that we work, right? And we spend 2.5 hours on social, correct? Big number. That means a lot of people are searching on Facebook and LinkedIn and other places for different things. The other cool fact is that across the globe, social media users have grown almost 38% the last couple of years. That's a huge growth when it comes to countries that are already pretty mature in their market. But globally, social media users, they're growing 38%. The other fact is that from 2014 to 2016, most of that growth came from mobile. Actually, there was a growth of 50% when it came to mobile social media users. What it tells us is most new users that are coming online are mostly mobile users, especially when it comes to a country like India. So there's a survey that I wanted to share before we went into each one of these platforms. Which platform do most of the marketeers use? Okay, and there are two different types of marketeers, right? There are B2B marketeers and there are B2C marketeers. B2B being the business-to-business guys, right, that are marketing their organizations, etc. And then there are B2C guys, okay, which are marketing a product or service to a bunch of consumers out there. Okay? Now, if you look at the chart, 97% of them say that they use Facebook when it comes to B2C marketers. They say 89% B2B marketers use Facebook. Again, I won't discuss all of the different points in this, but moving on to this, one very unique fact of this is if you looked at LinkedIn, more B2B marketers use LinkedIn than B2C marketers. Right? That's because there must be something in LinkedIn, and we all know it's a professional network. So more and more people use that, okay, when it comes to B2B marketing rather than B2C marketing. Now, again, Twitter, very close between B2C and B2B. They're pretty much 81 and 86%. YouTube, Pinterest, Google+, Instagram, and at the end, they have Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat is one of the newer versions for people to use. Unfortunately, it hasn't become a huge marketing thing. And actually, in India, the use of Snapchat is actually a lot less versus abroad. Okay, so we'll probably leave that out. Okay, any questions on this? All right. Now, that was more from the marketing side, right? What did the marketeers do? From the side of users, from people like us, how do we use social media and what social media platforms do we use most? Okay, so according to this, Facebook is, from the people that the survey interviewed, 53% of the people said they use Facebook. Now, obviously, this includes people that may not even have an internet connection, okay, or may not have a smartphone, etc. So 53% is still a very high number when you talk about a survey. 44% say WhatsApp. So actually, more people say they use Facebook versus WhatsApp. Okay? And again, this is from August 2015, so numbers could have changed. But at least from that point, more people were using Facebook than they were using WhatsApp. Okay? And then going down, Google+, which is surprising. 40% people said they use Google+. That was surprising to me because if you ask me without looking at this survey, I would probably say Google+ is not so used. But hey, the survey says a lot of people know about Google+ that maybe I don't know. Okay? Going down, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc.